Sports and hypnosis. Can you improve performance with hypnosis? Yes, and in lots of different ways. Stay tuned.
All right, so let's talk about it. We can use what we call peak performance hypnosis, generative change to make good things even better, or we can do remedial change and we can find areas where people are having problems and fix them so that they get a better result.
Right. Now, when you're using hypnosis for sports performance, one of the keys is to get the person in a high performance state to begin with. I worked with the North Toronto Masters swim team, and one of the guys on the team had the world record for his age in breaststroke. I mean, these were serious swimmers. And one of the guys was sent to me because this guy was going to the fire and police games. He was a super fast swimmer, and he did freestyle, so I guess he's doing the crawl, and it was 200 meters or something.
Yeah, so 4 lengths of 50 meter.
Yeah. So what happened was this guy would be ahead of the pack, and at the last second, he'd be so far ahead, he'd panic on the final turn too soon, get no push off the wall,
and then
finish dead last. His name was Mark. And so this guy was going to go to these police fire games, and so I worked with him, hypnotized him, had him see the swimming pool from above, watch himself swim. And when he got to the turn, he would turn perfectly, and the screen, there'd be a bright green flash. Then he would go watch himself again, go to the second turn, a bright green flash as he turned perfectly. And then the third turn, the bad one, there was no flash and he missed it. So now we give direct suggestion in hypnosis, if I remember it right. When you get to that turn, you'll see the flash.
So you're saying that he reported seeing a great...
No, I'm saying I've got him in trance. I get him to see the time he blew it.
Oh, okay, got you.
A green flash.
Yeah, that's when we'll slow this down just a little bit, okay? So you're instructing him to see, and you're replaying the problem behavior, which you represented with good turn, green light.
Yes.
Good turn, green light.
Yes.
No green light, made a bad turn.
Yes.
And then what? Okay.
Then seeing himself finishing last. Now, so now we put a hypothetical one in front and he watches himself swim it perfectly. Each one is a green light. And then he feels great. He breathes in the change. And when you breathe in the change, you're changing your state right away by slowing the breathing. Notice how slowly I'm speaking now. So anyway, at this point, get him to grab that screen, pull it inside. Now, he reported to me, and he got gold medals for this. He absolutely did. He reported to me that he actually saw the flash in his mind. As he turned, he didn't think, oh, there's a flash, I have to turn now. The green flash was concomitant with the turn. I didn't tell him to do that. That was a side effect. So we have erased the problem of the past by installing a peak performance state for the final turn.
And the way you installed it was to first have him observe the bad outcome.
Yes.
Then change it, notice him winning the race when he installed that, and then integrate that through breathing, which is associating him into that dissociated imagined change.
Yes, and the green light, seeing them when it flashed, when he did it appropriately, that's something to draw from to build in on the next one.
Gotcha.
So he did phenomenally well. Generally speaking, if you change their state, I mean, this is new code, put the person in a great state, have them breathe, feel powerful, and then give them post-hypnotic suggestions that when you are doing your gymnastics demo or whatever it is, you'll automatically go into this state when such and such happens. So if he's on a pommel horse, the second your hands touch it, you'll be in a high performance state, this state, and that will work. The other thing is, when I worked with Yusuf, the Canadian judo champion, Egyptian Canadian, his father was in our jiu-jitsu class. He had one of the fastest Ippon Seoinage shoulder throws in the world, and he went to Morocco to fight, and everybody knew he was going to win. The family went, he was going to take the tournament, win everything. He lost in the very first bout. His resources weren't there. So he carried this baggage of a failed judo event. So I took him back in the past. We deleted that, showed him how to get in high performance states, moving his body. He goes out. I watched online in the kitchen on my iPad, and he destroyed his next opponent.
Nice.
So we erase the past sometimes, anything that's a problem, then build in the resources. That'll work for almost anything.
Okay, so you can think of it as like being related to either bad behaviors, like the swimming turn thing, or traumas, like the horrible feeling of losing and
feeling like a loser. That could be taken on as identity.
So anyone who's done hypnosis work with trauma can probably relate to this applying to sports, and anyone who's dealt with someone with a bad habit can imagine dealing with this in terms of automatic response in sports.
Correct.
There you go.
Brilliant.
So
That's
a lot of connection. Is that it for this video?
It is for that one.
All right, so hope that was useful. If you're working hypnotically with people and you know anyone else is doing the same, just share this video with them so that they can learn how to get better results with hypnosis, and we'll see you in the next video. I'm Chris Thompson. This is Mike Mandel from Mike Mandel Hypnosis, and thanks again.
And
Good night.